Good morning. Today we would like to discuss some important aspects of module 5th capital gain, that is kinds of capital assets. Yesterday we have discussed the capital assets and its provisions. Today we would like to discuss what are the kinds of these capital assets. For the tax purpose, capital assets are broadly classified into two, that is short-term capital assets and long-term capital assets. Short-term capital asset means the capital asset held by an assessee for not more than 36 months immediately preceding the date of transfer. However, in the case of some assets, the holding period may be considered as 12 months instead of 60 months. Examples are equity preference shares and listed companies, then other listed securities, units of UTI, units of equity oriented funds, and zero coupon bonds. Generally, the period to determine this short term is capital assets held for not more than 36 months. That is, an asset held up to 36 months, that is called short term capital asset. This 36 months may be 12 months in the case of equity or preference shares in a company which are listed in recognized stock exchanges, other listed securities, units of UTI, units of equity oriented funds, and zero coupon bonds. An important point you have to remember here, suppose an asset holding up to 36 months, that is called short term. An asset holding more than 36 months, that is called long term. This 36 may be differ based on this. Suppose these assets are traded, this 36 will be 12. Okay, the determination is based on this 12 month. Up to 12 month, that is short term. More than 12 month, that is long term. Clear? An important point that you have to bear in mind, that is the period of holding to be considered is 24 months instead of 36 months in the case of unlisted shares of company and immovable property being land or building. Here we are discussing other listed companies. Suppose these shares are listed, the period is 12 months. When certain situations the shares are unlisted, what is the period? 24 months instead of these 36 months. Clear? The next long-term capital asset. Long-term capital asset means any capital asset held by the taxpayer for a period or a periods for more than 36 months immediately preceding the date of its transfer will be treated as long-term capital asset. From this discussion, it is very clear the date of transfer from up to 36 months, that is short term, more than 36 months, that is long term. In the case of shares or listed securities, UTI, unit of equity oriented fund, zero coupon bond, the period of maturity or up to 12 months, that is short term, more than 12 months, that is long term. But in unlisted shares or securities, up to 24 months, that is short term, more than 24 months, that is long term. Clear? The period of holding to be considered as more than 12 months instead of 36 months in the case of asset like listed equity preference shares that we have discussed. Clear? The next, what is mean by short term capital gain and long term capital gain? This slide, it is somewhat not legible. Please read the heading as short-term capital gain and versus long-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain versus long-term capital gain. Capital gain resulting from the transfer of short-term capital asset is called short-term capital. Clear? Capital gain resulting from the benefit of short-term capital asset is called short-term capital gain. Okay, you please remember Otherwise, capital gain resulting from the transfer of long-term capital asset is called long-term capital gain. Okay, it's very simple. Capital gain resulting from the transfer of short-term capital asset is called short-term capital gain. Capital gain resulting from the transfer of long-term capital asset is called long-term capital gain. Okay. Why we are differentiating these two as different? That is very important. The case is that this classification is very important because long-term capital gain are taxable at a concessional rate of 20%. Okay, straight away 20% is taxable. 20% is taxable for what? Long-term capital gain. Plus surcharge and education cess if any. While short-term capital gain, in the case of short-term capital gain, which is added with the income of an assessee from other income, other heads of income and taxable at a normal rate that we are discussing in our previous classes. Okay, that is the peculiarity for calculating these, for considering these long-term and short-term as a separate things. Here I would like to give an assignment regarding difference between long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain in detail. All of you please go through your subject material and study material and please write down the difference between long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain in detail, and all of you please submit it through Google Classroom before the time. Okay. The next transfer of capital asset. Section 2 subsection 47 define what is mean by transfer or transfer of capital asset. What is mean by transfer? In this module or in this head, we will discuss what is mean by transfer, what are the things which are not considered as a transfer. Today we would like to discuss what is mean by transfer and what is the transfer of capital assets. Transfer includes sales or exchange of relinquishment of a capital asset. That means capital gain is chargeable to tax in the year in which sale or exchange or relinquishment taken places. The next important one, that is extinguishment of any right in capital asset. And the third one, compulsory acquisition of the capital asset under any law. For example, taxable in the year of, for example, National Highway Authority acquire some land under the highway expansion rule. Okay. The next, conversion of capital asset into stocking trade. The maturity of redemption of zero coupon bonds. Part performance of contract of sale. Then conversion of a business into limited company. Transfer of right in immovable properties through the medium of cooperative societies or companies, etc. So these are all the transactions which are considered as a transfer of capital assets. Clear? That's all about today's class. By these words, let us conclude. And today we will discuss what are the exempted transfers as per section 47 and so on. Thank you.